So a lot of people are talking about this new RFRA, which is the the Religious Freedom Restoration Act, and I've got a lot of people telling me that you know I am very against this. I am very against it. It's a bigoted law, and it should have never been allowed to be in place. But a lot of people are saying that, well, Bill Clinton established it in 1993, but what they're not realizing is that it was deemed unconstitutional in 1967. There is a reason for that. The law, while it may not be intended to be discriminative, while it may not be trying to discriminate against anyone, it leads to discrimination. Alright? It leads to discrimination. And Indiana is, and I know not every person from Indiana agrees with this. There are people in Indiana that do not believe in this law. But first of all, Pence, the governor of Indiana, the governor of Indiana is one of the biggest bigots I've ever seen in my life. He actually said that he is surprised at how many ordinary folk have gay best friends. And he needs to quote, go out and get him one. He's talking about homosexuals like they're fucking pets. Okay? I'm not your fucking pet, Mr. Governor of Indiana. I will never be your fucking pet. Alright? I'm a human fucking being. And you bigots should not be allowed to do this shit. We will not stand for it. We will boycott your shit. We will boycott everything about you. And like I said, I know that not everybody from Indiana agrees with this. In fact, there have been many protesters, which led to his stupid comments about I should go out and get myself a gay best friend. Okay, so let's look at it from this perspective here. They're saying that Bill Clinton, again, established this in 1993. Well, it was deemed unconstitutional in 1967 for the sheer fact that it leads to discrimination. Okay? There is this thing that is established and will never be repealed called the separation of church and state. You do not get to dictate who is allowed to go into stores. You cannot dictate that. I have my religious freedoms. Homosexuality isn't a religion, though. But you cannot discriminate against me. Okay? I have freedoms. I am a human being. I have my rights. Alright? And again, I know that this law is not meant to be discriminative. Actually, I believe he said, actually no, he was on, it was either ABC or NBC, where the guy who was talking to him kept asking, does this law allow people to discriminate against LGBTs? And you know what? Simple yes or no question. Does it allow people to discriminate against LGBT? You know what his answers were? Beating around the motherfucking bush. That is all he could do, was beat around the bush. He never said yes, he never said no. He just beat around the fucking bush. People like that are who you motherfuckers are proud of. You celebrated when that motherfucker said he was gonna run for office. I am legitly fucking scared to be an American right now. Let me explain something to you. Our Supreme Court justices are in their 80s. That means our next president is going to be in charge of picking our Supreme Justices. If he is in office, we are screwed. We are deadly screwed. I am legitimately afraid of this. I am afraid of this. And I know a lot of people are going to flip out on me and say, you don't know what you're talking about and all this shit, but I do. I researched this. Since the day this law passed, actually, I've been researching this act. And I just don't feel that he didn't know that this was a discrimination law. Yes, it's not intended to be, but it's always going to be. It will always be discriminative. And people are saying, well, why is everybody all up in an uproar right now since this has been going on? There are so many states that have already passed this law. I don't know why everybody is all of a sudden now getting in an uproar about it. Because homosexuality may be widely more accepted, maybe that's the reason. But at any rate, none of the states should have this law passed, but we have chosen to make an example of Indiana. We have chosen to make an example of them. And they need to be made an example from. We want you to know that we will not stand for your bigoted laws. We will not stand for it. We are going to stand up against you. We are going to stand up for what is right. And what is right is religious freedom and humanism. Human freedom. You want to be a Christian? That's cool. You have that right. You have that right. You want to be Muslim, you want to be Jewish, you want to be Mormon, you have that right. I also have a right to be gay and to not be discriminated against. So, you want to make that law? That is fine. But we will not stand for it. We will boycott you. And we will not back down. I'm outie. Peace, motherfuckers.